So here on screen, some Q&As on the measures in Bangkok, courtesy of the Public Relations Department, on what is allowed and what is not allowed. For example, customers allowed to dine in at restaurants until what time? So it's 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., 0600 to 2300 hours. And after this hour, you can order takeaway service for establishments, restaurants that have that service. Second, restaurants allowed to sell alcoholic beverages? No, consumption of alcohol in restaurants still prohibited. However, they can be sold in supermarkets and convenience stores in specified times or through takeout. Are swimming pools in condominiums allowed to reopen? Yes, but it is suggested that users strictly follow the precautionary measures and keep a physical distance with others. And this also goes for the administrative office of each condominium as well. Are boxing and football competitions allowed to be held? Yes, but without spectators, and the athletes must strictly observe various sanitary measures. We mentioned yesterday, and you might have heard quite often, about the term bubble and seal strategy. Seal and bubble, you can see on screen, which many times we have mentioned already last week. But some might be still unsure of what it fully entails. So basically, the health ministry implemented this strategy to curb the spread of coronavirus, COVID, in big factories in Samut Sakhon province. The bubble method in particular, is being used in factories where employees reside outside the factories. In this case, officials will strictly monitor and regulate the travel and movement of workers all the way from their dormitories to their workplaces to prevent them from wandering off and spreading the disease, possibly through other locations. The seal methods, in quotations, the seal method is being used in factories which provide on-site accommodation for workers, which means that employees cannot leave the premises. So the bubble and seal strategy is expected to bring local transmissions under control within 28 days. Nevertheless, health officials will continue to conduct active case finding in locations where it is deemed necessary. And if infected persons are found, they will be isolated and transferred to appropriate places where they will receive treatment according to their symptoms. Just some additional points before ending today. As you're aware, the fact that the majority of local transmissions now have been proven to come from social gatherings and parties, aside from within the office. So it's important to keep your guard up, continue to keep your guard up and protect yourselves and your loved ones from infection by wearing masks, washing hands frequently, avoiding crowded areas, and keeping a social distance, DMHTT. Just for some students to prevent COVID, so you can see from this infographic, the health ministry recommended that parents should prepare essential items for children to take to school so as to reduce the risks. For example, extra face masks, because children often lose or misplace their masks and other items. Alcohol gel, of course, a small pack of tissues, and their own, of course, toothbrush and toothpaste, because some children have to do that, brush their teeth during school times. So in addition, these items should be put into a Ziploc bag before putting them in the school bags to keep them sanitized and prevent dust. So parents and teachers should also encourage school children not to use or share any personal items with friends, and to wash their hands and disinfect their hands regularly. So lastly, another message from the World Health Organization on small act of kindness. For many of us, the world seems pretty dark and hopeless. We're glued to our screens. We hope for good news, but more often than not, we end up with reading bad news, reading reports that fill us with anxiety, fear, and helplessness. The CCSA here, all of us have faith and remain confident that there is no shortness of goodness, no shortness of kindness and heroism in humanity, and as the world battles COVID virus together. So just a quote here, small acts of kindness can have a big impact on others during the pandemic. Small acts of kindness can have a big impact on others during the pandemic. So thank you very much for your attention today. Have a very pleasant rest of the weekend, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Stay safe. Thank you. สวัสดีครับ